I've always had a love for parkour in video games. Whether it's the well-known ones like Dying Light 1 and 2, or the slightly low-key ones like Stride VR, I've always found the concept really cool. So when I saw Rooftops and Alleys on the PlayStation Store, I immediately bought it and knew I had to get the game's Platinum trophy. But little did I know how hard it was going to be. With 25 trophies to unlock, Rooftop and Alleys requires you to get a gold medal on every time trial and trick rush in the game, with some being incredibly easy and others being the complete opposite. Okay, every time I do that, my character decides to do a backflip and hit his head on a container. What is it doing? But we ain't got to focus on that right now, because the first trophy I decided to go for is Not a Skipper, which is earned after completing the tutorial. Now, although tutorials are supposed to teach you the basics of the game, I somehow struggled at listening to basic tasks and ended up falling over quite a lot. Okay, I need to stop trying to do tricks. Every beginning is tough. Fall/ragdoll 10 times. Oh, I'm going to be terrible at this game, I already know it. After getting that trophy, I decided to actually listen to what the game was telling me, resulting in me completing the tutorial pretty fast. Oh, that was going to be so sick. Not a skipper. Complete the tutorials. Alright, we can finally play. With the basic controls practically mastered, it was time to finally jump into the main game. And this is where I was greeted with the solo and multiplayer modes. Now, although I am going to be playing this game on my own, I need to jump into the multiplayer mode for the sole purpose of getting the meet and greet trophy, which can be unlocked after simply going into a multiplayer game. Oh, I need PS Plus, for God's sake. I'm actually about to spend £7 for a trophy. I think we're in. Meet and greet. Play your first online session. £7 worth spent. Now I am going to go straight back to the main menu because I'm playing solo. With the money spending out of the way, I hopped into my first map of 6, the Steel Yard. In this map I discovered my first trick rush and my first time trial. In this game there are 30 time trials and 18 trick rush trials. Each trial in the game will award you with either a bronze, silver or gold medal. For the trophy mic drop, you need to get a gold on every single trial. For the time trials, you need to beat it in a certain amount of time, and for the trick rushes, I need to get a certain amount of points by doing tricks. So I decided to start off with the trick rushes, but after failing miserably, I quickly switched to my first time trial. And if I beat this trial no matter the time, I get the trophy Trial Junior for beating the trial with any medal. 35 seconds for a gold medal. I can do that. Never mind. Stop falling over! Trial Junior. Finish your first time trial. I didn't even get a medal. Now that I have a feel for the track route, I continue to complete the trial, slowly getting faster and faster scores. And eventually I was able to obtain my first gold medal for getting a smaller time than 35 seconds. Oh my god, I've done it! Here comes the gold. Get your first gold medal. Now that I've got my first gold and learnt a bit more about the parkour, I decided to go back onto the trick rush and try beat the 100,000 score goal. Now I can't lie, I spent quite a while on this trick rush as I only knew the basic tricks. So I went through the trick log and started to experiment. Keep it up. I think that's for getting a 20 times combo. Okay, don't lose focus now. We've got 30 seconds left and we're halfway there. Thanks to the amount of time I spent on this trial, I ended up slightly improving, allowing me to pop a trophy for performing multiple tricks in the air. Trickster. Perform 2 air tricks in 1 jump. Wicked. However, not all of it was improving as I smacked my face against the floor multiple times, probably causing long-term injuries in the process. Ouch. Hit your head 5 times on a piece of steel. After spending about an hour and a half on this one trial, I started to get pretty irritated due to me either failing in stupid ways or me losing combos seconds away from getting enough score. Holy shit. I am comboing. So... I also accidentally discovered the photo mode button while restarting the trial, which ended up quite confusing me. Say cheese. Open the photo mode. I don't even know how I did that. With the trophy's encouragement, I ended up continuing the trial, and I don't know what came over me, but I ended up locking in and hit the craziest combo yet. Uptaker. I think that's for 50,000 points, I don't know though. I am not breaking this bloody cycle, I have nearly got it. 114k, and I got a gold medal. I'm taking a break, I'm gonna go get collectibles. Now the collectibles I was talking about are pigeons. There are 6 pigeons in the game, and not only do they help me reach certain parts of the map, but they also allow me to obtain the Explorer trophy. So I switched map and started hunting. There you go. Give me the pigeon. Now that we've collected the pigeon, I'm pretty sure if I hold left on the D-pad, I can become it. Hello, little friend. Dog, I'm a burb. Right, we're back in the first map, and here is the final pigeon. Explorer. Unlock the pigeon on all maps. Now I can basically fly on every single map. Now that I've unlocked the ability to fly, I changed my drip to look extra fresh and flew to the rest of the trial. And thanks to my experimenting earlier, I started to cruise through this map, getting a gold on every trick rush and time trial without too much struggle. But then I reached Steel Trial 5. For this trial, I had to complete it in under 50 seconds. Now the beginning part wasn't too bad, as all I had to do was cat pass over these mini walls, and then jump to another building, and then dive over said building and grab onto this pole. However, when I first started the trial, I didn't even know you could grab this pole, so I ended up breaking my legs for about 20 minutes straight. But when I eventually did find out about the L2 button, it was just a matter of cutting down as much time as possible. So I started to jump a bit earlier at certain sections and perform tricks to build up my boost meter, and after about an hour of trying, I finally got the perfect run. Yes! Let's go! With map 1 100% complete, I swiftly move on to map 2, aka the construction site. And this is where it truly ramped up in difficulty. Once again, there was 5 time trials and 3 trick rushes. The trick rushes weren't the problem though, because the time trials is where the difficulty spiked up, with the main 2 being Construction Trial 5 and Construction Trial 4. To complete Construction Trial 4, you must jump over some wooden planks, cat pass over these vents, jump into this room, wall run and climb over the wall, jump over the rooftops, dive onto the floor, cat pass over some more vents, then jump into the final 2 checkpoints. The first part of this trial was pretty easy, as I nailed all of it aside from hitting my head on this pipe every time. So to prevent this, I would run into the corner so my hitbox hits the checkpoint, and then I would run around and jump into the wall running section. This part was probably the worst section of the whole trial due to these 2 wall runs. To complete this section, I would have to do a landing roll to keep momentum. I would then have to do a power jump onto the first wall, and then wall run for less than a second, then jump onto the other wall and climb up on the ledge. After that, it's basically just jumping and running into checkpoints. So my main focus was to try and master the wall running part by continuously doing it over and over again. And during one of my practice runs, I ended up getting a trophy in the process. That is perfect. Wall run away. Perform 3 wall runs without landing. After unlocking my first trophy in quite a while, it gave me the motivation to continue this trial. And after about an hour worth of gameplay, I finally hit the perfect run. Holy shit, I've done it. Oh my god, man. I still have one more to do. Now the one trial I had left was easily the worst part of the map. To get the gold medal, you must beat the trial in under 32 seconds. And to complete this trial, you must jump across these beams, dive down a level, do it again, and then again. I then must climb and run across this container, jump over a gap, jump onto another container, and then leap into the final checkpoint. Now this would be so much easier if I knew a bit more about the game, but because I didn't fully understand all the moves yet, I tried my best and made slight adjustments to save time. These adjustments could be as little as jumping in a slightly different angle, or as big as sliding in every possible situation. Eventually, I was able to get incredibly close to the needed time, meaning I was doing something right. Oh my god, 32.3, I'm going to cry. So I kept at it, and about 3 to 4 hours of trying, I finally got the run. Oh my fucking god. Dog. With map 2 fully complete, it's time for map 3, Sunset Paradise. But before we get anything done, I first wanted to go for the miscellaneous trophy, Ding Dong, which requires me to hit the church bell on the Sunset Paradise map. We gotta go up here, and we gotta hit that bell. So what we gotta do is climb up here, then all we gotta do is stand under it and jump. Ding dong, hit the church bell. Right, time for the trials. The trial that gave me quite a lot of trouble was Paradise Trial 1. This is due to almost every part of this route forcing me to grab and climb up a ledge. So my main goal was to try figure out ways to avoid the climbing entirely, and that's when I found out the power of the side flip. Timing this flip perfectly, sometimes comboing it with a boost or a jump, can give absolutely incredible speed and momentum, saving me a lot of time. And if I knew this earlier, it would have helped me a lot in the construction trial. Anyways, after figuring this out, it was all about the timing of each flip and boost. So I just attempted the trial over and over again, eventually perfecting the first half of the trial. But once I got to the second half, that's where I started to struggle a bit. The part I struggled at was trying to get over this wall, where most of the time I would constantly fall 2 stories, or it would force me to latch on. So I tried to find out the best way to get over it without losing much time, and after I mastered that jump, I put all my knowledge together and beat the trial. Yes! 27 seconds! A similar problem I had was in Paradise Trial number 5, which was easily the hardest trial on this map. The main reason for this difficulty increase is due to its length, because for the gold medal you need to finish it in under 46 seconds, meaning you had to maintain momentum and do everything perfectly for nearly an entire minute. I'm not going to go into full detail as it's mainly just about timing your rolls, flips and boosts, but I will say this trial took just over 2 hours to complete. Oh my god, how was that faster than the last one? Oh, I'm just happy to be done with this map. On to the next one. And that map ended up being map 4, the school district. And just like Sunset Paradise, there is a miscellaneous trophy I decided to get before doing anything else. This trophy is called Ring Ring, which can be obtained after wall running across the school bell. And now all I gotta do is wall run and hit that bell. Ring ring, wall run the school bells. I did smack my face on the floor while doing it though. This map is definitely the easiest of them all, as I aced all the trick rushes aside from this one. Pisses me off, man, and completed almost every time trial in only a couple attempts. Easy. The only one that gave me severe trouble was School Trial 4. Not only is it nearly a minute long, but it also requires perfect precision, from simple rolls and jumping to the complicated stuff like stride jumps and precision jumps. This trial got so difficult at one point I ended up sweating like mad and ended up unlocking phase powers. What is going on, man? This easily became my least favourite time trial in the entire game, because even if you somehow get past the precision jump area flawlessly, you still have to wall run onto an edge and then jump off it without breaking your legs. So I dedicated a lot of time into perfecting the precision jump area and the wall runs, and once I thought I was ready, I gave the trial another go, and thankfully my 2 hours of work paid off. Holy shit, it's done. Oh, Jesus Christ. With 2 maps remaining, I begin my journey in the shed. And this map was a piece of fresh air, as every trial was incredibly easy, and the trick rushes were pretty chill. The highlight of this map is all the trophy opportunities, because once I completed the final trial, I decided to unlock every miscellaneous trophy possible. Starting with Professional, which requires me to perform 3 wall ejects without landing. And what I apparently need to do is climb to the 3rd one. I then have to launch off this ledge to that, launch off this edge to this one, and then just launch again. Professional. Perform 3 wall ejects without landing. Let's go. The next 3 trophies are for hitting a 50 times combo, earning over 250,000 points in a single combo, and finally landing a combo of 500,000 points. The way I unlock these was simply by doing a side flip over and over again. This not only gets me quite a lot of score, but it will also keep my combo up. So all I had to do was make sure I didn't mess up by timing every jump and side flip perfectly. So I eventually hit a 50 times combo and 200,000 score. 250. Bring it home. Land a combo of 250,000 points. And Combo Master. Perform a 50 times combo. I then had to do it again because I forgot about the 500,000 score trophy. Holy moly. Land a combo of 500,000 points. The final trophy I unlocked in this section was Above and Beyond. This trophy is unlocked after I earn over 5 million points in a single play session. Now once again I could just do the side flip method, but every time I failed I ended up pressing the restart button out of habit, meaning I would lose all of my score in the process. So as long as I wasn't an idiot I would be able to get this trophy pretty fast. I think that's it. Above and beyond. Score over 5 million points in a single session. With every miscellaneous trophy obtained aside from one, I head on to the 6th and final map, the container ship. As I enter, I immediately find this yellow container to unlock the final miscellaneous trophy, Honk, which can be easily obtained after wall running across it. Is that not it? Oh, there you go. Honk. Wall run the hanging yellow container. Now time for the good stuff, starting with the final 3 trick rushes. Once I complete these rushes, I unlock the trophy Trick Master, which is a trophy I've been working towards this entire game. And thanks to the side flip method I figured out earlier, I was able to finish each rush almost flawlessly. 135,000. Now we just gotta wait for the timer. 3, 2, 1. Trick Master. Get a medal in every trick rush in the game. Okay, 2 more trophies left, and they're both related to the time trials and the golden medals. Now onto the time trials. Completing these trials will result in me getting the final 2 trophies. Trial Master for getting a medal on every time trial, and Mic Drop for getting gold on every time trial. Each trial was quite easy, with a minimum amount of prep for each one. So I completed Ship Trial 1, Yay, 23.8. Then Ship Trial 2, hey, gold medal! And finally Ship Trial 3, also getting me the Trial Master trophy. Trial Master, get a medal in every time trial in the game. 16.9. 2 more trials left. Now the final 2 trials are the ones that forced me to put the most effort in. I begun with Trial 5 but quickly moved on to Trial 4 because it was getting really annoying. However, Trial 4 was just as bad as I spent ages on it and made little to no improvements. This trial was all about timing, meaning I had to boost, roll and even jump at very specific times to prevent time loss or a broken bone. I also had to find mini shortcuts like running through this container and time my jumps perfectly instead of climbing or wall running. And after just a couple more attempts I ended up executing it perfectly. Oh, 24.9. There's 1 more trial left. Come on. Now all that was left was Ship Trial 5. And because it was really annoying the first time, I got ready for absolute hell. But somehow I pulled a miracle of a lifetime. No shot. Oh my god, I did it. Mic Drop. Get gold on all challenges in the game. And King of the Rooftops. Earn all Rooftops and Ali's trophies. What an epic game.